The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're underway. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Chiellini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. There's the shot! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Well, that was really good running. The more he moved with it, the more he realised that taking the shot was his only option.
He's looking wide. He's found a way through. Tonali. And this is Neymar. Great work on the overlap. He's got away. Showing good feet. Oh, he's been chance! Goal! Milan! Oh, the deftness of touch, received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Not the most accurate pass. Tonali can so cleverly bypass the press. Milan are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Xabi Alonso does really well to win the ball there. Neymar is wide and looking to get onto this. De Jong.
Milan really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work.
He's had a shot! Oh, taken with style. Barcelona are back in business. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Barcelona grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he's managed to get free. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Neymar.
Neymar really was well marshalled there.
Neymar! And it's a goal! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
And the game has already resumed here. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Substitutions taking place.
Great chance here from position A1. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Messi! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Now it's Neymar. That is ended up in no man's land. De Jong.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Calafiori. Doku. Howson does well to stand firm and defend it. And that has left him in a heap. Tries to pass it through. Doku. Oh, that's fabulous. Doku! He has done it! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Yamal on a strong run down the right. And it's Neymar. Xavi Alonso. Played out wide. Now it's Neymar. And he's had a hit! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
That is good strength. Tonali, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Bergkamp. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Donatoni, nicely aimed pass. And he cuts out the supply. Messi. He came in hard, very hard. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. That's a shade optimistic. Tonali.
There will be 3 minutes.
Tonali goes steaming. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague and they look worried. This looks like a more than decent chance to strike. Looking here to alter the direction of the game. He went for the curler. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.
Please have your entry tickets at hand as it's done.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Borussia Dortmund.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter.
And the shot! He's scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Borussia Dortmund finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Robertson goes on a charge down the left. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Van Dijk. Milan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Van Dijk. And back to the goalkeeper. David De Gea, dominant, commanding, a true colossus between the posts. That's a risky ball, you've got to say.
Milan really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Bebeto. Bebeto. A probing pass. Chiellini promptly onto that, and that is that.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Xavi Alonso. Zanetti producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Chiellini. Messi. Nice-looking ball. And he cuts out the supply. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rijkaard. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And we are back on the way. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Not the most accurate pass. Van Dijk. Howson is always looking to break lines. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now Howson. And here's Sørloth. Tonali. And it's Bergkamp. Crosses it in. And the ball is out of play. Milan are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Messi. Best. Just about up to the hour now. Best. Lovely ball and a real chance now.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
He gets big! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Tries to play it through. Now that's well seen too.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Chiellini plays it long. And here's Sørloth.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Always onto this. He's found a way through. And he's quick to get it clear again. Howson. Oh, what a mistake! Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
Borussia Dortmund really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And it's Chiellini. Borussia Dortmund finding their passes. I think we're just about done here. Oh, this looks sharp. Gets into some space. And it's played forward.
Milan really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And that is that. Milan have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Bergkamp claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, that was a hard-fought win with a defensive masterclass. They backed up their goal with a resilience that was first class.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Brazil.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
And they can counter here. Now it's Inzaghi. Messi, good read, needed to be. Xavi Alonso. Oh, they can break here. Bergkamp. And that has left him in a heap. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. That is some save from Khan! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Terrific header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Now that's well seen too. Messi, he's beaten the last man.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Still goalless at the moment. Great vision. Inzaghi picks it up out wide. And it's Kaka. Bergkamp is always looking to break lines.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
30 minutes gone. Now, can they get him away? Look at the space here, and the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Bergkamp was in no mood for any of that. Tries to pass it through. And that pass just didn't quite work. That's headed upfield. And the pass is intercepted. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And he's found a way past. Now it's Berbatov. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Berbatov. Now it's Donadoni. Donadoni gets his head on it! They've done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. He watched it all the way. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So your views on the first half?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Milan sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period. Chance for a shot! Oh, super goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And the second half is off to a flyer. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Bergkamp. It's Bergkamp! It's anyone's ball now. Oh, what has happened here? I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Milan have their second corner now. He's got tall. That's a half-decent try.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Substitutions taking place.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Looking tidy in possession. Donadoni! That was superb goalkeeping.
Donadoni clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 3 coming up. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. He's had a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Brazil appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Neymar, oh, nicely intercepted. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Knocks it into space. De Gea gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Brazil really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Can he get it through? Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Milan, moments now away from seeing this one out. And he is going into that little black book. And he's taking no chances
Added
there.
minutes has been indicated.
We are into overtime. Chiellini. Now Howson chooses to go cross-field.
Good switch, that.
And that's that. Milan pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Milan really approached this game with clear intent, Peter, and a training ground plot was turned into a very good success.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and true. He gets big! Goal! Milan! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
That's the purpose and intensity they showed from the first moment. They really did fly out of the blocks here.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Stade Rennais.
And he shoots! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, smashing header! Xabi Alonso can get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for the run. And this is Bergkamp. Crosses it in. Chance! And yes, it's there! Again, in a trice. And they are soaring. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Bergkamp. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Drives it in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Corner number 2 then. Bergkamp clears it away. Milan are looking to go forward now. He's found a way through. So much time and space here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Wits. Howson did well to stay calm there. Oh, there's the clearance. That's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Kane. And this is Ronaldo. And that was probably asking just too much.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Corner number 3 coming up. Wits! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Yamal. Oh, cracking ball. Little pass back. Milan heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. It's Dembele! Oh, taken with style. Just one goal in it now. Game on. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
3 minutes at a time.
Looking to play him in. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And that pass just didn't quite work. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Milan are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. And we're already back up and running after half-time. He's through here. Picked out brilliant shot, surely! Oh, it's come loose. And that was very necessary. Tries to play it through. Fired deep. Terrific header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Vitz quietly revving up. Tonali. Xavi Alonso. Stade Rennais are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here. Great chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Donadoni actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution for Milan, number 7.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Coming on the field, number 17, Rafinha. Number 14, Neymar. Substitutions.
Big header! No mistake! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. So the lead now is 2.
Well, there's a
Shot a goal! That is decidedly lacking. That has not gone well. Oh, there's a probing ball. Out towards the flank. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Van Dijk picks it up from the goal kick. And it's Neymar. Great ball if he can get there. De Gea claims it without any fuss. Milan are looking to break at pace. Look at the space here. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. The final 5 minutes. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's skewed away. Neymar! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are pulling clear here. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Milan blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Marquinhos. De Bruyne. And that's that. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And it's made its way to him. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Donadoni. He is through here. Up he goes! Just off target.
Bergkamp certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Threads one in, and he's picked out the run. Can he finish? It's bounced back off the post. The Netherlands with the corner, they're first. Oh, what a climb! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Now it's Berbatov. Pass somewhat off target. Great pressure, plenty of it. And this is Messi. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Messi really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly.
He's having a shot! Goal! Milan! First blood drawn. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Defending of the desperate variety. Milan have reclaimed it. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Chiellini cuts out the pass.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Played out wide. Bergkamp. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that...
And a chance! Lacking in accuracy. The final seconds now. Knocks it into space. Great ball, and he's in here. He's had a shot! Goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! And that is a goal. And we hit half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Milan go in at half-time on a comfortable two-goal cushion. Here we go again. And he's intervened well there. Xavi Alonso.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the... Yamal! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Well, that's a sign that he clearly feels the need to take it upon himself.
And the keeper's given it away. He's through, now is he in? They want to be quick to recover this. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Xavi Alonso. Distributed tidily. He has found the way through. And a shot! Yes! And the lead is extended still further. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. This looks promising. Tonali. Berbatov.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now Howson. Xavi Alonso. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Bastoni. Tacho, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now that looks a decent ball.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Wirtz. He can run onto that. Goes for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Looking for a runner. And that has been knocked clear. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
The Netherlands clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
It'll be a throw-in.
Substitutions taking place.
Chiellini. And they win it back again. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very... It's Neymar! And he should have made it 4. And that will be the final act. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other, quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner down there, Peter, we can't ignore Gabriel Batistuta, or Batigol, as he's become known.
Nobody would ignore him.
He has all the attributes, Peter, and the list is too long for me to mention them now. I'll settle on lethal.
Thinks about the shot. Chance for a shot! Goal! Milan! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Scotland finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, what has happened here? De Gea gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Could move up a gear here. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And this is Batistuta.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Nicely spread. Now that looks a decent ball. That is good alertness. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Howson is the team's great visionary. Xavi Alonso. Played for Chiellini. Bergkamp is onto it in a flash. Now it's Batistuta. Neymar. Played into space. And he's intervened well there.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And it's Neymar. Raul. And here's Batistuta. Chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Bruno Fernandes has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
There will be 1 minute.
Nice looking ball. Floated through. De Gea claims comfortably. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And it's half-time here. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Just a quick announcement.
So your views on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Milan are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Milan carrying a 1-goal lead. De Jong. Now it's Villa.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And that has been cut short. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Bergkamp. Aimed beyond the defence. Played in deep. He rises! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Bruno Fernandes. Milan are still that goal to the good. The message is clear, none shall pass. That pass isn't the best. Raul in the hunt and looking threatening. Oh, just skips past his man. Alonso.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And he's quick. Oh, what a mistake! So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now. Scotland really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
That'll be a throw-in. Bruno Fernandes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Could try cutting inside here. And instinctively, he gets big! Goal! And this is getting better and better. Devoid of any complexity, but boy, was that certain.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
He might be in here, and he shoots! He's got a goal! And what a climax we have here! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean...
And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Well, down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that.
Yeah, he does. And in terms of out-and-out goal-scoring centre-forwards, I can't recall much better.
So you fancy him to score today?
I would think there's an extremely good chance.
Lee Kang in. And it's Deco. Knocks it out wide. That is a brilliant interception. And the counter is on. And that could set him on his way. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Now it's Forlan. Now it's Batistuta. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Royce was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Defending of the desperate variety. And we have our very first corner. Bergkamp! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Zanetti. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So we're still where we started right now. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Goes for a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Forlan has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. Donatoni. And it's Tonali. Barcelona trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's hoisted clear. Threads one in. Oh, well measured. Bergkamp. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Tries to play it through. He is through here. Decent chance! Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And we're underway again.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
It's full on! He's delivered all right!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew...
Shapes to shoot! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Milan still behind thanks to that solitary strike. So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Tonali conjures time and space where few can. Strokes it back. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Van Dijk gets a foot in here. Milan can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Oh, nice one too, very nice. And that was very necessary. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
75 minutes played. Donatoni. There's the shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Van Dijk cuts it out. Can he get it through?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Xavi Alonso.
Milan really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Back in possession and ready to go again.
There will be 1 minute
Bergkamp.
added time.
And that pass just didn't quite work. And that's it. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
Just a quick announcement. We would like
How would
to
you
inform
summarise
you
what
that-
we've... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Barcelona against Milan.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
Now it's Messi. More and more pressure on the ball here. Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Barcelona have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Pelé with the cross. A header! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Milan finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. It's a promising position. Fired deep. Climbs up big! Oh, taken with style. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team.
Oh, shooting chance! And again! Goal! Barcelona! Into the lead once more. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
He's on it. Can he get away? Takes a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Neymar, very much a man of this moment. Ah, such a clever touch. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Milan are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Can he get it through? Not the most accurate pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Strong running down that left flank. Played into the middle. And he's there to clear it. And the half-time whistle goes. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Good read, needed to be. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Might be danger here. And he's straight offside. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when...
And the shot! It's in! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So all square, and not for the first time.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
That's an imaginative pass. Vermaelen gets across to intercept that. Neymar. Neymar.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Costa Curta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. He can run onto that. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Solot. Good ball over the top. He's picked his way through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Neymar receives it in a wide position. Pele! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it. Simplicity itself.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Barcelona take what looks to be a decisive lead.
There's still a bit left in.
So that's it. It is all over. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Milan lost their way after falling behind.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Milan.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I'll say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean, I always like a vociferous keeper, and Oliver Kahn would be perfect for me.
And here's Torres. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And now the breakaway. Milan disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Can he get on the end of this? Chiellini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Donatoni. Oh, this looks sharp. Neymar. Now it's Torres. And he was quick to react. No way through. Neymar. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Conte did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. And it's Tonali. Fernando Torres bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Great vision. And no, that was never going to make it. Tries a measured ball.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And here's Torres.
Fernando Torres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Bergkamp is always looking to break lines. Chance here to counter, and he's managed to get free. Raul. Skims one in. Real chance! Goal! Santos! And Santos take the lead. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
Oh, goes for a shot! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Bergkamp.
At a time.
No, again there's no way through. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
He's being urged to shoot. Poor robust challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Aimed beyond the defence. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now there's a fight. Can he finish? Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. AC Milan are all square. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Santos with the corner, there first. And he's managed to get rid. Milan are looking to go forward now. Always onto this. He's free, he has got space. There's the shot! Goal, Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And the pass is intercepted. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Torres. Lovely feet. And smartly reclaimed. Bergkamp. Lovely ball and a real chance. Oh, what has happened here?
Santos really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
That pass has been well intercepted. He's got away. And he shoots! They've done it! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Coming on the field, number 13, Kakao. Number 18, Mbappe.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And he's surging through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Van Dijk. Played into space. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Well, that is one way to stop him. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Nicely shaped ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Tonali. That has been slung wide. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Batistuta, is on his own. Chance! Goal! First blood drawn. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And it's Tonali. And here's Neymar. Back towards the middle. That's a good ball. He's had a shot! He has done it! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now he's off and running. Saka. House. And the half-time whistle goes. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Ah, that's a fine interception. An instinct, a mighty effort! He's scored!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Batistuta.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. There's the shot. Really well taken goal. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very...
And the shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal, Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Milan get themselves into the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's managed to get free. Rijkaard stands tall and stands strong. Mateus.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Chance, surely! Should have equalised.
Well, the reaction from his teammates says it all, Peter. They simply expected better.
And we have our very first corner. Mateus goes short.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Howson gets across to intercept that. Howson. Now Van Dijk. The final 5 minutes. Now he's got space here. Oh, well played.
Milan really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And he's made sure that's not getting through.
4 added minutes.
There
has
will
been
be
indicated.
4 extra minutes. Oh, this looks sharp. Saka. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Milan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen their resolve, and it's been a wholehearted reaction and an absolutely terrific win.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Manchester United.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Chiellini, a player joining here, a pretty exclusive club. This game is the 200th in his career for this side.
Yeah, he's the mainstay in this team, Peter, and his value can never be underestimated. One of the first names on the team sheet, a priceless asset.
Rafinha knocks it into space. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Marquinhos. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Rivaldo. Quality ball. Played into the box.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, what has happened here? And he's managed to get free. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Manchester United! First blood drawn. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Real chance! He's got a goal! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, easy pickings there. Chiellini. Rivaldo. Well read, nice interception. And it's Bergkamp. Looking for the run. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. That has been cut short. Nice looking ball. Zanetti has a look and plays it forward. And he's had a hit! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Pass somewhat off target. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Milan really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. And so we're off again. Milan different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And no, that was never going to make it. He's found a way through. Takes a shot! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Tonali plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Bergkamp could try cutting inside here. Delivered with swing. And he's heaved it away. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Filippo Inzaghi. Xabi Alonso did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, that's fabulous. The referee has given a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And that should get the job done. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the pass is intercepted. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. He's in a good position here, and the shot! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught napping. Zanetti delivers. Punched away.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Bergkamp. Bergkamp was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Threads one in, and this is Bergkamp. He gets big. Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Minutes has been indicated.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic.
Solid! And that is the last effort of the game. Milan have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Bergkamp voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Milan leave it late.